See, the men to survive
me.
and the suffering. I've been through mad different things, like me, to find my way. And now I know that happy days are not far away. Making sure that I'm old enough to see my kids. Doing something more constructive with the class. I know that I'm in there. I'm in there. Sit back and look what it took me to get there.
My mama, she got on the fly. What? It said that I'ma be that seed that doesn't need must to succeed. Strapped and have free, a heart that doesn't bleed. Ready for the world. Back it up. Thinking about how it was. Bro, last video I couldn't tell. Christian institution. Hear my tell. Come on. I was just trying to understand without a heavy hand. Damn, was it my fault? Something I did to make his father leave his first kid at 7 doing my first bid? Back on the state at 14. Thing that I'd ever seen. What's going on, y'all? I've been living high. I never gave a much. My dog, and that's the only thing. I get off with a laugh. Just another little come on. Hit it nowhere fast. Come on, man. Me, you gonna live, baby. The X, DMX, you gonna live, baby. You still gonna live on. Get up. Yeah. Back of my work since I get over. Yes, on my feet. Cause I scared that much. You used to get high, you used to get by, you used to have to woo in the morning, wake up, make something,
guys, invite, repeat.
Signs of stress, then keep my hair cut, okay, rest, possess.
One of our icons, one of our legends, one of us, you know what I'm saying? So, one die, you know, we all die, but one live, we all live. So we here to teach you guys how to, if you all slip and you fall, we want it right there by your side and just get up. All prayers, oh my God.
Can't get up, you don't slip. Can't get up, you don't slip.
Thank you, everything changed, team. That's right, Queen.
What's the law?
Before I hit rock bottom, like damn, look how that got him. Oh, just think to myself that could have been. Believe me, I could be done. Something gotta quit. Everything for sure, and that means no more getting high and drinking. So I sit back, looking tight, slick again.
And welcome. Come on in, guys. We're going to be talking about some credit. We're going to be talking about investing.
This is your song. Until my food stuck with a rock too. And you get your because it's due. Come on. Yeah.
Come on in, tag some people coming in the room. Share, tag, invite. When you come in the room, go ahead and tag when you come in.
Alright, are we in the X baby? X baby.
Mr. Multi-millionaire Calvin Allen in the house. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I know we are doing Thursday night cream on a Friday night, but certain things do come up, especially with business. Okay, so sometimes we just have to shift things, but we don't give up. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna keep it consistent. We still gonna continue to bring you value each and every week, each and every day if you want it. So just stay plugged in. Help us grow this community. Help us to spread the word and the education to our people. There has been a time where we've all slipped, fallen, and you feel like you can't get up. You know what I'm saying? There's always been times where you feel like you're not worthy. There's always been times where you feel like you don't have the support or the people, or you're not in the right environment in order to succeed. That has to stop now. You know what I'm saying? And I have a t-shirt that actually says this: if you can't change your friends, change your friends. As simple as that.
I like that.
As simple as that. That is a t-shirt by the Kaizen Academy, by Mr. Haziq Ali. So if you guys need that t-shirt, it's a real thing. For real, for real. Good evening, Miss Dendy's in the house. Good day, multimillionaire. So without any further ado, we're just going to reflect back on last week where we were actually talking about creative financing with multimillionaire Calvin Allen, helping me to close a deal that we're in Colorado Springs. For all those who don't know me, my name is Kimberly Connor, the CEO and CEO boss lady of Kim's Credit Leverage, where I teach you how to leverage what you have in order to get what you want. Here with the hostess with the most is Mr. Calvin Allen, Neighborhood Cal. Neighborhood Cal, he's a real estate investor. He's been able to generate over $1 million worth of business credit. I had to write it down, Calvin, because you're adding more things to this list every week. Like now he's investing in laundromats, rentals. I'm like, okay. So we keep adding to the list, believe me, and I'm jotting it all down because he is the greatest mentor to have here on the face of this earth. And I really thank God that he's placed him not only in my life, but y'all's life as well. So without any further ado, hey, we have Mark Anthony in the house. Hello, Mr. 800.
What's going on, King?
House.
What's going on? What's going on, Ma?
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Calvin Allen because he has some special things that he wants to do with us this evening. So without any further ado, take it away, Mr. Multi-millionaire Calvin Allen.
Appreciate it. Look, I appreciate everybody who's been following us for a couple months. We've been doing this for like 2-3 months now, right? 2-3 months consistently. 2-3 months consistently, and that's why today is Friday. Yes, we normally do credit, rules, everything around me, cream on Thursday nights, but like you said, you couldn't have said it better. Sometimes business get a little bit in a way, and I want to say in a way like if it's a bad thing, but sometimes business comes up and that's what's called a shift. And I was telling you yesterday, I said, we still need to give it to the people regardless, at least once a week. So even if it's not this Thursday, we're gonna do it Friday. So, and I was so adamant and being consistent because that's what that's one thing about me, and even in business, no matter what, y'all, you want to be consistent no matter what. Even if you don't feel like doing it, I've been going through something for 2 weeks, and I still been being consistent, getting up and still trying. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, if it don't kill you, it should make you smarter. You hear me? If it don't kill you, it should make you smarter, not harder. And you know what I'm saying? No stronger, but it should make you smarter. So with all that being said, my name is Calvin Allen. I'm born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio. For sure. I've been in real estate investing for about 4 years now, and this is something that I genuinely love. And not even just investing, but coming back and actually educating the people. So today we will be talking about more. And look, if anybody out there, please do us a favor. I can't see the screen as far as on Facebook, but Miss Multimillionaire Kim can. Let us know where you tapping in from. What made you interested in even in coming in, and even share the link to somebody else. Let us know where you calling or where you watching from, and any questions you have, even as I begin to explain some of the real estate investing tools that I use when I'm talking to sellers. Any question that you guys have, please feel free to ask, because I can talk for I'm gonna be real, I could talk for months. Oklahoma, okay, I did see that. I see that on your screen. I can talk for months about real estate investing because this is really what I do. And my job here as not just being a real estate investor, but also being a consultant. I love helping people and giving the people information. So today, that's what we will be doing. We will probably go over some role plays. Miss Kim, I'm gonna go ahead and let you do some role plays, and I'm gonna talk to you as a homeowner, and I'm gonna just be the investor. And I want you to even look, go hard on me if you want to. Actually, tell me no, do all that. It's cool because I'm gonna show you in every no how to get a yeah. You see what I'm saying? And that's pretty much no doesn't mean the end all be all. But if there's a no, there that means there's a way to get a yeah. And that's one thing that I learned. You cannot be afraid to be rejected in anything in life, guys. In anything in life, please do not be afraid to be rejected. But if anything, learn how to be accepted in the way that you want to be accepted. Because all half of the acceptance don't really mean that it's a good acceptance. But you got to understand what you want to do and your reason of doing it. You know what I mean? And what's your intention? So with all that being said, we will jump into. You have some notes from last week too, right?
I do. I have a few notes from last week where we were talking about creative financing, seller financing.
Okay.
Also, with seller financing, step one was to get. You were actually pretty much pointing out on how we were going to save our client money by getting her more money, finding out what her pain points were, and helping her to save on capital gain.
Okay.
So I do have that. And then also, you were also saying not only can we help her save money, we can help her build her credit.
Exactly.
So if we want to touch on that, we can do that.
Okay, cool. I see Oklahoma out there. I believe I seen Mrs. Harris. She's in Chicago, Shot Town.
Yes.
Smooth.
So yeah, we have Jessica Harris here from Chicago. We have Ken Phillips here. Not sure where they're chiming in from, but thank you guys for tuning in. And if I can just reset you guys, in order to build our community and make Facebook like us and YouTube like us, we need you guys to hit like and comment on Credit Cal's page and also Kim's credit leverage page. And then please subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Please help us to build our community. That's the only way we're going to be able to continue to bring you guys value is by getting the word out and opening up this algorithm of this social media platform. So we want to thank you in advance. So yeah, you also was telling us about the ARV times 70, how to do the repair calculation and stuff like that. We covered a lot last week.
And I'm gonna go back to some of that too, because that repetition is how we learn, right? Okay. My motto is you have to teach, no matter who it is, what age bracket they're in. You gotta teach them, like if they can like if there's a third grader or 3-year-old, if you will. You know what I mean? Like you want to be able, okay, Miss Phyllis, I see you over there from Texas. Yo, I want to do some stuff in Texas too. Oh my God, I want to do some stuff in Texas. See, and this is why I want to know where people are at, because if there is a will, there's most definitely a way. And I'm buying real estate, Miss Kim, and I'm gonna be showing you how to buy real estate in many different states virtually. That's what I've been doing. I've been in Colorado. I've been in Vegas. I've been in Ohio. I mean, I've been in many different places, and I'm steady buying real estate all over. So you don't actually have to physically be in a place to buy the place. All you gotta do is send the word and know the word. And when you know the word, guess what? It never comes back void. So that's what I've been doing. I've been sending the word, knowing the word, and it never came back void. Ask any questions you have. He got answers. Yes, please. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Yes, please ask any questions. And I do not mind stopping what I'm doing to answer any of you guys' questions about housing. What do I need to do to qualify? How do I even get started? What do I even start? Like, these are questions that people do ask me every single day. Like when they get on the phone with me. I was on the phone earlier today with a realtor out here from Colorado named Chef. And he would just ask me, he's a realtor. He said, I've been in the game for about 2 years. He's like, but I've been watching your lives. He said, and bro, you really be talking some stuff that nobody else is talking. I said, because at the end of the day, though, and just to make a long story short, I said, at the end of the day, a lot of these people are going to sell you guys dreams, right? But at the end of the day, I'm trying to show you the reality. That's the difference. You see, because there's three type of people in this life: people that don't know what's happening, people that want to know what's happening, and people don't care about what's happening. And I'm like, what type of person is you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be the one who want to know what's happening? You gonna be the one who want to make it happen, or you want to be the one that don't care about what's happening? You see what I'm saying? So I'm actually giving people a reality of exactly what we can do to progress in this world of business of real estate.
Didn't mean to bring that up. Okay.
No, it's all good. Look, RIP to the great legend DMX, Earl Simmons, aka Earl Simmons. We lost a good one, but God called him home, and without a shadow of a doubt, you will be truly missed. DMX, RIP DMX.
Okay, moment of silence. Here we go. All right. And I believe that I took that a little, like, it was just shocking to me knowing that, you know, what he went through and his struggles. And I was watching some of his testimonies, and he was just struggling with just wanting to be accepted. He felt like he wasn't loved, even though he had all different fans and stuff like that. He wasn't loved by his mom. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, each one teach one. If you see some kids that's struggling, don't have that parental guidance, love on them, you know, not too hard, because we know there's some stipulations there. You got to watch yourself. But I'm just saying, adopt some children. They need mentors, strong mentors, leaders like Mr. Calvin Allen, leaders like me, leaders like Mark Anthony Bates, leaders like each and every one of you on this live.
Right.
You know, love on our children. They're our future. You know what I'm saying? And okay, I'm not exactly a millionaire today, but I plan on being one tomorrow. And if not, I'm a darn sure set up a substance and a foundation for my child to become one. But the more of the story is, we got to educate ourselves about money and finances, because even the rich are poor. Calvin Allen spoke about that a couple of weeks ago. You can have all the money in the world and still
be poor. Yeah. I know. Rich, having money but still poor. And because all being a millionaire or being wealthy is just a state of mind. It's a mindset. So even though you don't see the zeros that you would like to see yet, Multimillionaire Kim, all the zeros that you would like to see yet, the mindset is going to actually take you to a place that you already know you were supposed to be at anyway. So watch this. So when you get to that place, you now know how to manage it and keep it, you know, and keep adding towards you, you know, and just continue on building towards that. So let's jump into it for sure.
Let's go.
So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information as far as like how to get started and different ways to get started in real estate. One of the ways that what's going on, Daryl? Daryl is actually an agent. That's my cut buddy. It's like one of my best friends from back at home. I believe he may be in one of the Carolinas now. DC, let us know where you chiming in from, King. Real estate. And like I said, I'm gonna let you know how I started, how you can start, because these are questions that people ask me. How did I get started in real estate? What was the first step that I did? Was it comfortable? Nothing is never comfortable in the beginning because it's new. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's new. It's never comfortable. But at the end of the day, it was through perseverance and it was through persistence, and that I had to continue on trying it. One thing that I didn't do was quit. And that's one thing that I want to, you know, anybody that's chiming in, and you might hear me say this a couple times, even today on this live, is no matter whatever you do, just don't quit. You know what I mean? Just don't quit, especially if this is your focus and this is your passion. Don't quit, because at the end of the tunnel, you will see how necessary it really was while you didn't quit. You know what I mean? And then I'm seeing that now. This is Promise.
Hey, Promise. Hey, beautiful.
Hey.
Hey. You want to talk about finances?
What's the asset?
Asset, put money in your pocket.
Asset, put money in your pocket. What's the liability?
It get it out your pocket.
Take it out your pocket. Exactly. See, so this is how, and look, see, and this is why, thank you, Lord God. This is why it is so important, guys, that when I'm teaching you guys to where she understands this stuff. Listen to me. I can tell you right now, my sons, even though they're a pain on my side, they're a thorn on my side at times. Them guys can go and sell and buy a house. They can go and talk to seller because
And tell
the
them
way,
how old you are.
huh?
Tell
Exactly,
them
exactly, huh?
how old are your sons?
My son, so Zachariah, which is my oldest son, he is 11. He just turned 11 in December. Zarel, he is 10. He just turned 10 February the 25th. Stop, Muma. He turned 10 February the 25th and promised she will be 4 May 2nd. 4 on May 2nd. And she can understand what a liability and asset is. She can understand how to talk to homeowners and deal with them. And it's just amazing. And if they can do it, you guys, you can do it. You can do it. All it is just vocabulary and putting in the time to actually be willing to go ahead and do this. So wholesaling, that's the first thing that I started off with was wholesaling. But today when I do the call and I talk to which may be you, Mrs. Kim, and I talk to you about selling your home, I'm gonna take you down several different type of ways and creatively how I could buy your home. I may have to wholesale it. I may have to do some type of creative finances and what we like to call seller finance or like sub twos. And I'm gonna show you different ways on how I maneuver to get these properties underneath contracts. A lot of times I don't even get them underneath contract, and it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
that'll be a good idea because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But are you guys getting these robocalls from if you are a homeowner, getting these robocalls of people actually wanting to buy your property? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, how much do you want to sell your property for? I'm like, how much are you offering? And they're like, how much do you want? And I'm like, how much are you offering? So you're all going back and forth. I'm like, I'm not really trying to sell my property, but I've had like maybe 30 calls in a matter of a month for people to buy our property here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. But I hang around people like Calvin, so I know not to just my property. You know, actually, Calvin is the one that told me not to sell my property because I did want to sell it.
And if we do sell it, watch this. When I continue on teach you this stuff and you start elevating mentally, then I'll show you how to sell your property. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do, because there's a right way and there's a right way and a wrong way. There's a right time and a wrong time. And it is not the time for you to sell it. Even though right now in Colorado, guys, we are in a seller's market. What that typically mean is whoever owns a property, right? Whoever owns a property, you get more money than what you asking for because the demand of buying properties now is so high. So me as an investor, I might have to come in 20,000, 30,000 above your asking price just to buy the house. Look, let me tell you something. I am what you call an accredited investor. That means I like to think, right? I like to think. I just I'm not just a person to where I'm going to rush and buy your home just because I know you can get $20,000 to $30,000 extra right now. When I do buy your home, and I'm giving you an example, guys, later on today. When I do decide to buy your home, in terms, I may give you $20,000, but guess what? I got a period of time before I can do that. Knowing the reason why I would do something like that is because in about 4 or 5 plus years, I know your house will have equity. So now it's worth $20,000 to $30,000 extra. You see how I just prolonged that? A lot of guys, they just so in a rush to buy right now that they're willing to spend $20,000 to $30,000, and that's what we like to call wholesale, right? So a wholesaler, typically, you guys, if you guys have a pen and a piece of paper, you are going to want to write a lot of this stuff down.
I was just going to ask you to do that for people that maybe don't know what wholesaling is. If you could just refresh what wholesaling is for our audience, please.
Yep. So wholesaling, and not to get too all the way off the subject, but wholesaling is pretty much a person who comes in and buy a property for a nice little discount. Typically, we like to do a 70% discount. So that means you trying to get the house lower than what the person is asking for, lower than what the value really is. Why? Because you eventually have to sell it to somebody like me, an investor, or someone who is looking to buy a home their first time, so a first time home buyer. So now you want to leave a little bit of wiggle room for that person to be able to make some money or have equity in a home. So a wholesaler is somebody who comes in and wants to buy properties for a discount. And an example that I gave you guys later on that you guys could write. This is the formula. ARV after repair value times 70% minus rehab. How much is it going to cost me to repair the home, remodel it? Minus my assignment fee. How much do I want to make out of the deal? So you got to think. We all into the game. You get into business. You go to work for one thing, right? Why? For money. So how much money do you want to make? A wholesaler got to make some money. So now that's the formula of how a wholesaler deals with things. ARV times 70% minus repair costs. How much is it going to cost me to repair it? Minus how much I want to make. And that is your MAO, maximum allowed offer, MAO. So for an example, right? I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna pretty much call you guys. I'm gonna pretty much call you, Miss Kim, and I'm gonna see if I can buy your property as being a wholesaler, because that's the first thing I did when I first started real estate investing. I was a wholesaler. I would go in. I wouldn't tell people I was a wholesaler because a lot of people don't know what wholesale is. And when you start breaking it down like that, you know, it kind of almost seemed like, nah, you trying to just get my house for too low. They don't understand why you have to do this. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand why you have to do this. And I don't want to pretty much waste my time or their time on explaining it, and it still makes it complicated. You know what I mean? It's complicated for the homeowners to say, now I don't, you know, because you got to think, you're the one who have an emotional tie. Let's say you've been in this house about 20, 15 plus years. It's hard for me to try to come down and axe down that tree just to have you to the bark of the tree. And you're like, man, I'd have been in this house for too long for me just to give it up that low. So it's ways on how to do it. Yep, that's it right there. So what I want to do real quick is, right, before I even jump into like creative financing, subject to seller finance, land contracts, I'm gonna just show you a couple different ways. I'm gonna show you right now how I will wholesale or try to get your house underneath a wholesale discount. Would you guys like to see that? Because if you don't want to see that, I won't do it. Nah, I'm gonna do it regardless. But look, that's why I want you guys to see how important it is to have the vocabulary and know how to talk to people. So that's another reason why I transitioned from wholesaling, right? I knew wholesaling was not the end all be all for me. I just knew it was a part of the foundation that I knew I needed to actually access cash. But I knew that's not where I wanted to be at, because at one particular time, I remember I could have made $100,000 on a particular home that I only ended up making $15,000. So that means I left $85,000 on the table. Why did I do that? Because I didn't have the knowledge to have other options. Right? So real estate is about having options and knowing the game, knowing when to wholesale, knowing when to do seller finance, but you have to know your seller, right? I have to know the property owner. So in this quick example, Miss Kim, if you don't mind, I would like to use you in buying one of your properties,
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna do the whole ring. I want you to answer the phone. I'm gonna let you know who I am. If you gotta go hard, listen to me. Don't just try to give it to me. I mean, do however you feel. But my job is to actually try to get it. Right now, I'm trying to do a wholesale. So I'm gonna show you how wholesalers talk, and I'm gonna show you how I can probably be able to get it underneath a wholesale deal. And I want you to keep that ARV, keep that formula up, right?
Okay.
Because if you guys have your calculators, I want you guys to calculate some things too. So therefore, you know, at the end of the day, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So we have to go off of this formula. So therefore, I know exactly what your house is worth to me as a wholesaler. You guys ready?
Yes. Hold on. I'm sharing this live to my.
Okay. Let us know where you guys are tapping in from. I am one of the hosts, multimillionaire Cal, neighborhood Cal, credit Cal. Call me anything but broke.
I'm ready.
Broke or a bad friend, because that's what I'm not. You hear me? That's what I'm not.
You better preach. All right, so you guys put number one in the comment, or one in the comment. Remember, we need to have some time in the audience for our algorithm to wake up. So thank you. I'm ready when you are, multimillionaire Calvin.
Okay, so look, basically this is how we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna do the ring ring. Just answer your phone. You can give me your real name. You can give me another name. It doesn't matter. We just going through the role play so you guys can see normally how I talk to sellers. Okay.
Ready.
So ring ring
I don't pick up on the first ring. No, I'm just
ring. All right, now that's cool because they really don't. They really don't. Ring ring.
hello. This is Kimberly. How may I help you?
How you doing, Mrs. Kimberly? My name is Calvin Allen, and I am one of the owners of Promise Properties Investments. How you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking.
That is good. That is good. The reason for me calling it, first of all, do you have any time for me to talk?
It all depends on what you're talking about.
Okay, cool, cool. Well, the reason for me calling is, I actually one of your properties came up on my database, at 562 East Main Street. Are you still looking to sell that property, or did you already sell it?
I never said I wanted to sell my property.
Oh, you never wanted to sell it.
No. Are you?
Is it for sale?
No.
It's not.
No.
Okay, well, that was kind of strange because it came up in my database that this house at 552, and I might change the address, but 552 East Main Street, it came up in my database as it was for sale. And I am a cash buyer, look to actually buy your property.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. I could keep that in mind. It was for sale a couple of months ago, but we just decided to keep the property. So that might be got my information.
Okay, so let me ask you this: are you working with a realtor or anything like that right now?
Not right now.
Okay, so you said something. You said that you guys had it on the market a couple months ago. What happened to it? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, it was on the market a couple of months ago for sale, but we decided not to sell the property before we find another property to buy. And like there's no properties out here in Colorado that that are for listings. You know,
Okay.
especially for what it's worth. Like you'll find a home that's worth, I'll say $100,000 and they want $600,000 for it. Like the square footage is not amounting to the dollar value that they're asking for.
Okay, so pretty much you took it off of the market just because you couldn't find another home to actually stay in. Is that, am I hearing you correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me ask you this: is the house vacant at the moment, or are you staying in it?
No, I'm still here.
Are you still staying in there? Okay, okay. How much were you looking to get out of the house?
Um, well, right now when I look on Zillow or whatever, it's saying that I paid 150 for my home,
Okay,
150,000, and now it's saying that it's worth over 249,000. So while equity is growing, I may as well just stay here. Um,
okay,
because nobody wants to give me, well, the one person that I did talk to was saying that they wanted to give me way less than the 240 that it's worth now.
okay. What if you don't mind me asking, what was the price that they offered you?
They only said like 180.
Oh, 180. And you not, that's too low for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. See, so what my job is, I'm an investor who comes in and I look at the homes, right? I look at the homes and I go off of the price value. And by you saying that you bought it a couple years ago for 150, and now and being in Colorado, it's a hot market. I can see now that the equity went up to about 230. So someone offered you 180, and that was just too low for you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking you, what price are you looking to get cash?
Uh, I don't know. I would need somebody to talk to me and just show me the
Okay.
numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest. I don't really know. I don't know.
And you know what? And that's cool, Mrs. Kim. Do you mind me calling you Mrs. Kim, right?
Right.
That
Go ahead.
that's cool, Mrs. Kim, because I'm gonna tell you what I do. Not only am I a real estate investor and I like to buy properties, but also I like to call myself a consultant. So my job is to help inform people, and that's good because what you don't know, you just don't know, right? So
Right.
at the same time, before I even get off this phone, whether I am buying your property or I'm helping educate you, so therefore you know how to sell it, then that's what I'm here to do. Okay, is that fine with you?
Yes.
Okay, so a couple quick questions, just so I know where I'm at and I know what the right price that you should be getting for your home. Have you did any type of remodeling? Have you did any type of upgrading for your home in the past several months, year or two?
Actually, I have. I just remodeled my bathroom and
Okay,
I had new carpet installed.
okay. How big is your home? I think when I seen it is about 1,500 square. How big is your home?
Uh, oh, 1,500. Yep. Yep.
15. Okay. I remember when I seen, like I said, it came up with my database, 1,500 square foot. And you said you did remodel the bathroom.
Yes.
Any updates as far as the kitchen appliances or anything like that?
Not the kitchen. That's my next project.
Okay, okay. So you plan on doing that, or
I do.
okay, you want to do that before you move out, or
I think that I would do it. I want to do it before I move out, and the reason being said is because since we've already upgraded the bathroom and the new carpet, we wanted to be cohesive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to have a cool looking bathroom and a ugly misfit kitchen for the new clients. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that'll bring up the value as well.
okay. So I see what you're saying. You pretty much want to bring up the value, so your asking price. So one thing that I heard you say is that you was actually you got your price from off of Zillow. Zillow is cool, but Zillow is not accurate. And one thing I want to teach you about Zillow is that Zillow actually boosts up the price another 10 to 15, sometimes $20,000, just so they can make some money off of it. So if you were saying that the property is going for about on Zillow about 230, that actually you really probably want about 210, 215. That's really what your property may be worth. Like I said, Zillow has a job to where they have to actually go up a little bit more just so they can try, because you know Zillow can buy your home too. You never tried to sell it through Zillow through a realtor?
No,
Why is that?
I just didn't know that was an option.
Okay, okay. And you know what? A lot of people that I talk to actually they don't want to sell with a realtor. They do want to sell with a realtor. It just all depends on, you know, what the realtor is pretty much letting them know as far as information wise. So what my job is now, I'm looking at the numbers, right? I'm looking at your home. You got a 3 bedroom, one and a half bathroom, correct?
Correct.
Okay, about 1,500 square foot. Now over there in your neighborhood, I'm looking at the other homes over there sell with that same square footage or a little bit higher. 3 bedroom, one and a half bathroom. I'm seeing the other houses over there go for about 215. Last I'm looking at it right now, I've seen a house, several houses over there, about 2, 3 houses over there sold in the past 2 months for about 215, 218. Okay, 218. But so let me ask you this: if somebody was to come and give you a cash price of about 218, would that be something that you would consider, or you still would like to wait?
That sounds pretty sufficient because then I would, because now I owe like, I bought it for 150 and I owe like 140 on my
Okay,
home
and that
still.
was going to be one of my next questions. Do you have a mortgage on it?
I do. I've been here for, well, I bought it in, well, you could see when I bought it in
Right.
2017.
Okay, and
So
you
and
say
I do have a mortgage and it's 1087 with insurance included. So it would be 987 without the insurance
that's how much you pay your mortgage. That's how much your mortgage is, about 987.
a month. No,
How
my
much?
my mortgage is 1087
Oh, 1087. Okay. Now what? Now how much do you owe? Like you don't have to be the exact number, but as far as mortgage, how much do you owe on your mortgage?
142.
142. Okay. And I'm looking over to your house is going. I'm just dialing in some numbers, right? So basically, guys, pause real quick. Basically, what you want to do is now you want to see how much the house is really worth. Because if she owes 142, you want to be able to see what she really wants in her pocket. Because at the end of the day, that's something as a wholesaler or an investor, I got to come in and I got to now still, no matter what, I still got to pay that 142 back to the mortgage, right? So now I know the house is going for about, and I'm going right back in the role play. Okay, so now I know the house is going for right around two. I say 220, right? 220. You owe 142. That's about 78,000 in your pocket. That's about 78,000 in your pocket. And then me even just knowing the game out here, Mrs. Kim, as far as real estate, that's a nice little down deposit. I mean, down deposit that you can actually put towards your home if you're looking to get a home here in Colorado. Are you looking still to stay in Colorado?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay. And see, I had to ask because if not, then you know my job too is I can pretty much help you find a home wherever you're trying to be relocated at. But if you're trying to stay
Oh,
here in Colorado,
you can help me find homes nationwide, sir?
yes, ma'am. If that's what you want to do, yes, ma'am. Why limit it?
Cool.
Do you want to stay in Colorado, or you want to look somewhere else?
Actually, New Mexico as well. My grandmother's there, but
Okay, so basically $78,000 pretty much is typically what you're looking to get in your pocket, right? Because you told me that your mortgage is right around 142,000. I'm seeing the houses over there go right around 220, 215, 220, but I'm just round up to 220. So and I'm already hearing you saying, like I said, I do not want to come down and pretty much downgrade downgrade you as far as giving you a low ball offer. But typically, I do know I will have to be for me to be able to make some money. Now, this is what I'm gonna do, you guys. I'm gonna do the ARV. So therefore, this is what a wholesaler is looking to buy that, right? So, bam, 220. We're gonna pause real quick. 220. Get your calculators out, guys. If you're looking at it, 220,000 times 70%. Do the percent sign. That gives us 154,000 minus. Now you was already telling me that you already did a little bit of repairs, a little bit of rehab, right? So now I'm just going to take into consideration with a house that's 1,500 square foot. I typically like to say anything 1,500 square foot that is a low cost and budget for rehab. So I'm gonna say right around 7,000. It's gonna be less than 10,000. So because I probably gotta do a little bit of cosmetic if the roof is not tore off or anything of that nature, I probably just gotta come in and do some some painting, some fixing up and real quick, some updating. Would you agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, so I say about around 7,000 for rehab.
So minus 7,000.
Minus 7,000. Now you don't know this, but as a wholesaler, right? As a wholesaler, I'm pretty much trying to profit. I say 6,000. 6,000. So when you subtract 220,000, which is your ARV, I'm sorry, don't subtract. You times 70% minus 7,000, which we like to say that's how much it may cost to rehab it, minus what I want to make, $6,000. That leaves us with what? If you guys watching, go ahead and try to put the answer at the bottom.
Okay, so mine didn't. Okay, 220.
220,000 times 70% minus 7,000 minus 6,000.
Oh, I know what I did.
The 7,000 is the repairs. The 6,000 is what I want to make out of the deal. So that should gives us a total of 141,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now watch this. Because I just asked you how much you owe on your mortgage, you owe 142,000, right?
Right.
So that wouldn't so if I came to you and I asked you, if I told you I'm willing to buy your house for 141,000, that wouldn't work for you, would it?
No.
Why?
Because I owe 142.
So that means you still have to pay $1,000 to come out of your pocket.
Right.
Okay, so would you agree that at least you paying $1,000 is better than paying 142,000, right?
Wait, say that again, because you lost me with that.
So if I'm offering you 141,000, but you owe on your mortgage 142,000, it's better to pay $1,000 than 141,000 that you have to owe, right?
You got a point.
But at the same time, that me as a wholesaler, that's just me knowing numbers. But that won't work for you because when I just told you how much you can make about $78,000. So why would you not want to make the 78 just to pay the 1,000?
Right.
So as a wholesaler, that number wouldn't work for you. So what happened is when you're trying to wholesale the home, you typically have the owner, such as yourself, say that won't work for me. Well, why is that? Because I still owe 142,000 on my mortgage. So that means I had to pay the extra $1,000 to get caught up. Okay, so as a wholesaler, if you don't have no other options creatively, then guess what? You're gonna tell me no, right? So watch this. This is what I want you to do. We go right back into it. Okay, so Mrs. Kim, looking at your home, right? Looking at your home, I can pretty much come up. I can give you $141,000 for your home. Is that something that you're looking to get out of it?
No.
It's not. Okay, so if you don't want 141,000, how much are you looking to get out of your home?
At least 200. At least I want to sell it for 220. I want to make a profit as well because pretty much I'm just giving my home away and then I got to struggle and figure out how I'm gonna buy my next home.
Okay, so a wholesaler would have stopped, right? A wholesaler would have stopped. Typically, why? Because you told them no, and why? Because you owe a mortgage. So they what I like to say, they get real estate frightened because they don't understand how to now get creative, right? So now I'm a transition from not just wholesaling. The wholesaler would have stopped. I'm telling you, they would have stopped and said that was a dead lead. Why? Because you asking for too much for your home. So me, I typically, and you will hear this when I'm doing a lot of these lives, you will hear me tell the people, the sellers, that I'm not your buyer then. So, Mrs. Kim, I'm sorry to say that I can't buy your house for the 220 that you're asking for, and I can tell you why.
Why is that?
Because there's too much money in the market right now. I'm not saying you can't get it, but it's too much money in the market right now. Let me ask you this, because something that I heard you say, right? Now, this is what my expertise come out. I like to hear people. I like, and that's how you get creative. You got to hear somebody's motivation or their distress, right? So right now, you're not motivated to sell your home because you don't have another property to actually go in because the properties is going so fast.
Right.
So let me ask you this: if I can buy if I can show you how I can give you what you asking for, right? Would you be able to work on terms?
It all depends on what terms you're talking about.
Okay. And basically what I like to do is I like to buy houses on terms because even though I can buy your house for 220,000, Mrs. Kim, it wouldn't be beneficial to me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because one of the reasons why it wouldn't be beneficial to me is that's because I'm spending too much money, and now the IRS is going to tax me on that.
But this isn't about you. This is about me. This is my house. I
No,
really
you're right. But also, the IRS will actually tax you as well. Anytime you coming up with that much money, you're still going to get taxed no matter what.
hmm.
So my job, right? The reason why I cannot buy for that price is because I don't want you getting hit with the taxes. No, do I want to get hit with taxes? So my next alternative will be, and you said depending on the terms, if I can buy your house for the 220, but you can give me the terms I want, would that be something that I can get? Because I heard you tell me no earlier, so that means you pretty much fired me. If I can buy your house for 220 and I can get the terms I want, can I pretty much go ahead and send you over a contract later on today?
Sounds good. It sounds good. But what terms are we talking about?
Okay, and that's good because I'm glad you asked. But I was going to pretty much inform you anyway. So pretty much knowing that you have a mortgage, right? Uh, Pretty much, let me tell you a story, right? You in for a story real quick? I'm gonna tell you the best thing that I could possibly explain the terms to you instead of making it too overcomplicated. Because I don't want to make it overcomplicated. I want you to actually understand exactly what I'm about to explain to you and why I feel like terms is better, right?
Yes, sir.
So pretty much the reason why I want to buy on terms is because I just recently had a vehicle. I had several vehicles, but I just had a vehicle, a CLS, a Mercedes Benz. And that Mercedes Benz, I tried to sell it, and I put it on Craigslist, I put it on Facebook, I put it on so many social medias just to try to sell my car. And I had the car for several years, but the value I was asking for the car, I knew that wasn't really the value. So I really wanted 10,000. Well, I say $7,000 for my car. I wanted $7,000 for my car. So I put it on Craigslist and Facebook for $7,000. But when I looked on Kelly Blue Book, KBB.com, they only told me that my car was it's an '06 CLS 550. They told me that my home, I mean that my car was only worth anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500, and you know, and pretty much good standings. But I said, nah, my car is worth more than that. I feel like it's worth 7,000. So what I did was I actually put it on Facebook and Craigslist, and I actually had it on there for several months. I had a lot of offers come in, but guess what my offers were? My offers was actually lower than what Kelly Blue Book was actually offering me. I got $1,000. I got $1,200. I didn't want to take that. If you ask me, that belittled me as a person because I knew the value of the car. So
Right.
after several months, Mrs. Kim, I found out that I couldn't sell my car for the price I was asking, which is $7,000. So
hmm
what I did was I had a dream. And in my dream, I was tired of seeing this car here because I got too many cars. So I said, I gotta let this car go. But what is the best way that I can let this car go? And I clearly thought about wondering if I asked for payments. So I went on Craigslist, I went on Facebook, and what I did was I just changed the vocabulary, the wording. I put will take payment. The moment I put I will take payments, I got 30-some calls within 2 hours. 30-some calls. So now I'm asking for payments, and people are now interested in buying my car. So now I had a guy, true story. This is a true story, Mrs. Kim. I'm telling you a true story. I had a guy. His name is Pat. Pat offered me a nice down deposit for my home. I mean, for my car. He offered me about $3,600 down deposit for my car, and he's going to pay $400 a month until it's paid in full. Anything that he don't pay for and anything that he don't cover in that $400 a month, then there's interest added to it, right? Pat actually gave me back in November of this last year. Back in November, he dropped down $3,600. So he gave me a nice little deposit for my car, right? But we also had an agreement that he was going to pay $400 a month. Pat gave me $3,400 back in November. We are now in April. Every month, Pat been giving me at least $400. The times that he wasn't giving me $400, they're at interest on it, right? So when it's all said and done, how much do you think Pat gave me for my car so far, and it's not even paid off? You want to take a wild guess?
About six grand.
You're close. So far, I was asking for 7,000. Right now, Pat gave me about $9,000 on my car already. What? And the reason why he gave me that is because he didn't pay for it in full in the timing that he was going to pay for full, so he got charged interest. So the reason why I'm telling you this story, Miss Kim, is that even though I knew that my car was worth so much, right? I had to go off of terms. So the terms that you asking for, I can pretty much be able to give you a little bit more, if not what you asking for in a nice period of time. I could give you more money, right? Pat gave me more money. Why? He didn't care that, and I called him. A couple days ago. I said, Pat, for you to get this title, bro, you only owe me $400, but because you're not paying the $400 in full, you're getting hit with interest. I said, bro, I'm ready to give you the title. What do you want to do? He said, Calvin, not trying to be funny. He said, but the value that your car is giving me, I'm willing to pay a little bit extra so I can have the car. He was like, but I can't just give up the $400. I got to give $100 this month, $100 this month. Okay, cool. But the value that Pat needed gave me more money for my home. So basically, for me to be able to buy your home, right, in terms, it's more valuable for me and you. So the question is, Mrs. Kim, would you want to take more money for your home in a longer period of terms, or would you want to be able to, I give you a low offer?
I like the longevity part of it.
Longevity. So what I can do is, and I'm not saying I could give you 2 times as much as what you asking for your home, but what I am saying is, Miss Kim, I could give you a nice little down deposit, right? The benefits that you would get for doing terms, because right now I see that you have a mortgage on your home. So what I would do is, right, as me being an investor and me understanding what you're going through, I would like to go ahead and take over the mortgage payments of your home, and still be able to give you a nice little down deposit to buy your home. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
So, and another reason why I'm willing to do that is because I know how the market here is in Colorado. You're going to actually need a couple dollars to actually put down when you're trying to buy your home, right?
Right.
So my job is, if I can actually find you another home to where you could go in without having putting that much money down, and I can make your mortgage every single month, is that something that you willing to do with me?
This is sounding pretty good. So I'm going to get a chunk of money. You're going to help me find me a new home and take over my mortgage?
Yep. And what we like to call it is a subject to, a wraparound. So that means I'm paying your mortgage subject to the existing balance. A sub to.
Okay, so if you take over my mortgage, is it going to be out of my name?
No. So there's 2 ways we can do it. And I'm glad you asked me, Ms. Kim, because this is the only way you're going to learn. There's 2 ways you can do that. One of the ways is that you can actually get the mortgage out of your name. So basically you have to do 2 things. You have to what we like to call sign a promissory note. And pretty much, if you're not familiar, you pretty much should be already familiar with a promissory note. That's the same that you did when you typically went to the bank and you signed a promissory note saying that I promise to pay this back, right? So that is an agreement between two grown-ups saying that I promise to pay you back. So you would have to take out a promissory note, and you would have to take out a deed, a transfer, transferring the deed to me. So if I would like to take out a mortgage or sell your home on the back end, I can still come up with the amount of money that you need for your mortgage without you paying for it. Okay. So we could do it that way. We could do it to where the deed and the title can stay, can come out of your name and you transfer everything to me. Or we can do what we like to call a land trust, right? A land trust, and the deed stays in your name. And pretty much that's how I know that you can pretty much trust me if the deed stay in your name. But now I don't get the title until I pay for the house in full. And I'm pretty much thinking that you would be more comfortable with, because you don't know me, Miss Kim, you will probably be more comfortable with keeping the deed in your name, right?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of you taking out a promissory note and you signing over deed of transfer to me, my business, then we could just keep the mortgage in your name, which we typically would do. We would keep the mortgage in your name, and I would start taking over the mortgage. Now, the reason why that is beneficial to you, Miss Kim, is I'm gonna give you several different reasons why that's beneficial to you, right? Because for one, you will get more money. I'm offering to pay you more money by doing it this type of way.
So number one is you're saying that you're going to tell me why it's beneficial to me. So
exactly.
One, I would get more money.
See, because the sellers, just to go off the topic, the owners, right? The sellers of the property, the number one reason why, and I tell you three of them, the number one reasons why they wouldn't do a creative finance subject to seller finance is because they don't have no money, right? They need the money. One of the reasons they need the money. A number two reason is that we make it too complicated, right? I didn't explain it to you. So now I'm teaching you how I can give you more money. Okay. Number three is either they're not motivated or they don't have pain. And out of those three, the number one reason why people would not do a seller finance or some type of creative financing is that they just don't understand how it benefits them.
Right.
So right now I'm explaining how this is going to benefit you, Ms. Kim.
Okay.
I'm willing to give you more money in a certain amount of time. You end up getting more money, right? That's one benefit. The second benefit is I'm actually helping I wouldn't say it's motivation, but some type of distress. Right now, I know you don't probably want to be, locked into having two mortgage payments. So if I could take over your first mortgage payment and get you out of the deal, and by taking over your mortgage payment, and I come in as the property management, then now you no longer have to worry about paying any mortgage. That's something I would do. And pretty much when I say I would do is what I mean by that is now we would get a real estate attorney, some type of escrow, title company, some type of third party, and I will make payments to them to your mortgage company. So let's just say who you took out your mortgage from was ENT. So what happened is I would get the information from ENT, and I will always make sure every month that the payments that you need for your mortgage will be going through my escrow attorney, real estate attorney, or through my escrow. And every month, like clockwork, that mortgage will be paid on that specific time.
Okay. So you're telling me that benefit one is that I'm going to get more money out of it, and then benefit two is that you're going to pay my mortgage every month.
I'm going to pay your mortgage every month, same time.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm doing is, Miss Kim, I'm actually taking the distress off of you, right? So you no longer that little $1,000 you say you pay a month, you no longer got to pay that a month. I take care of that. That come out of my business proposition.
Okay.
Another benefit for you is what I hear a lot of people ask me is, how does it benefit me? Which I will tell you, but another benefit for you is that another question that people ask me is, why would I keep this in my name, right? Why wouldn't you take it out? Why would I keep this in my name? Why not, right? Why not? I'm gonna tell you why. It's because when you keep it in your name, you know, each time you make that mortgage payment, that's actually helping your credit. So I'm actually helping establish and continue to build your credit to be positive, to stay in a positive and good standing,
Oh, okay.
right? And not only am I helping your credit stay established in good standing, I'm also willing to continue on rebuilding that home. So now I'm allowing, as I'm going in and I'm fixing and I'm remodeling that home. Let's just say, because I know you may be thinking, Miss Kim, what happened if I start making payments, right? What happened if I start making payments on your mortgage? Well, that's one of the best things that I could probably do on your behalf. Because if I start making payments on your behalf, then guess what? You keep my down deposit. I wouldn't want to do that out of some reason. I wouldn't want to let you keep the money out. You know, I plan on giving you up front. You keep my down deposit, and also you get to resell a home.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So let's just say, give you an example. If Pat don't make the rest of the payments, and it's about time for me to go ahead because the tax is due, the tag's still in my name. If by the time the tax expire, if he don't make the payment in full, then guess what? I could take my car back and resell it again.
Hmm.
So if I don't continue on making the payments, that's actually beneficial to you. But why would I stop? How I make money, Mrs. Kim, is actually I come in your home and I would now take care of your home like a property management. I would get an end buyer who's willing, a perfect tenant who's willing to come in and make payments on your home, right? Make
Yeah.
payments on your home. And I'm quite sure you probably don't want to be a property management. I mean, you probably don't want to be a landlord, right?
Right.
So my job is to actually come in and give you a couple dollars up front, make your payments on time, help continue to establish your credit, and put somebody else in your home. And that's how I make my money.
Oh, you could charge them whatever you want.
I could charge them whatever. Watch this. If it now every location has a rate rent. So whatever the rate rent is in that area, so knowing already, and this now watch this. I wouldn't give you this much information, but coming off of the script, me already knowing if your mortgage, you got to think when you got a mortgage, you actually paying cheaper than what the rate really is. Rate rent is. So I know over in your area with a 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, I could potentially get about $1,650, $1,700 a month. So
Oh.
my job is for the end buyer is right, the person who's coming in to rent out your home from me, not from you no more, because now I take control of the home. All you gotta do is go live in your next home. All I gotta do is find you the next home to go live in, right? So now I take control over your home, your mortgage, and everything else. And the person that I now put inside your home, I'm charging them $1,700 a month.
And you did all. Okay, got it. I was gonna go off topic back to training. What I'm seeing right now is that you did all this and did nobody even mention credit. You just had the capital.
Exactly. This is how when you do creative financing, this is how I'm buying your home for one without even going to the bank and get my credit check, right? Without looking at any type of tax that because 9 times out of 10 when you go to these banks or these lenders, they're looking for a W-2. They look for 2 years worth of taxes. I don't got to do that. Why? Because you already did that whenever you bought your home. I'm
Mm.
coming in the middle, taking over. And this is how I kill wholesalers is because when I first initially talked to you, I tried to belittle you by giving you a price that you couldn't even make no money off of. You actually was coming out of $1,000. I wanted to buy your house for 141. You owe 142 in your mortgage. That didn't benefit you none.
Right.
So a wholesaler wouldn't have took that, right? Because that's all they knew was one option. I got several different options to get you out of your home without me going to the bank, me going to get my credit check, me going to go put out all this money, me coming to me taking a conventional loan, and me paying 20,000. Me paying 20%. I bypass all that. I now showed you how I could buy your house with terms, get you way more money than what you asking for, or at least exactly what you asking for, and shows you one of the fourth things that I forgot to tell you, Miss Kim, is, and I might have mentioned it earlier, is that I'm gonna help you save on capital gains. So now instead of me giving you $141,000 or $200,000 up front, you can now stretch that up, right? And you can now defer all the money I'm giving you in a lump sum because I'm paying your debt down and I'm giving you the money in terms. And when I give you money in terms, you can either have depreciation off of that, right? Which is good. Homes is depreciation. Depreciation is a good thing because I could defer that with my taxes. But the moment I come out with a lump sum of money, me and you both get hit with a whole lot of capital gains. So I'm saving you money on taxes while actually getting you more money in a long period of time. And I didn't have to get my credit check, nor did I have to take out a conventional loan and put down. Now watch this. If I had to take out a conventional loan, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it'd be. For $220,000, right? Times I say at least 20%, right? Depending on what my credit score is, I would have to come up with at least 20%. That's $44,000 that I would have to come up, and that's not even including the closing costs. Closing costs is anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000. So let's just say we just gonna add $5,000, right? We're gonna add $5,000 from the 44,000. What is that?
5,000.
That's $49,000. So let's just say at $50,000, I would have to come out of my pocket. Now, instead of me coming up with $50,000 to come out of my pocket, I'd rather give you about $7,000 in your pocket right now and start making payments on your home and help you find another home to get inside.
But then I would have to use that $7,000 as a down payment.
Not if I find you another home subject to or seller finance, like I'm doing you right now.
Wow.
See, because now when you go in that home, you may not have to put up that $7,000. Somebody just want to get out of that mortgage. Because I'm the end buyer, I might charge you $3,000 up front, right? Now let's take this scenario. For you to get out and go to your next home, if I found you another home, underneath terms, right? And I don't charge you that $7,000 that I'm about to give you, but I charge you $3,000 to put up on it. Then guess what? You still got $4,000 in your pocket. And now you paying this person's mortgage, and I'm taking care of your mortgage.
Okay, I see what's going on.
And watch this. It didn't require you to have to put down that much money down for a conventional loan or 3.5 for FHA loan, nor did it take you to have to go relook and redig up your credit.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you something else that's very profound that people do not understand. Is now watch this. When a lot of people come up and they say, a lot of my sellers, they say, well, you know what, Calvin, I can't do that. I need the cash right now. And I'm like, why do you need the cash right now? They tell me because my lender told me that would affect my DTI ratio. I still got this house,
you might want to see what DTI ratio is. There might be some people that it's debt to income ratio, guys.
Debt to income. So that's pretty much, and to explain it to you guys, that is your expense. How much you got minus your expenses. So just to break it down, let's say, okay, you got a mortgage, right? What these lenders look at when they do debt to ratio income, DTI, they look at how much your mortgage is. They look at how much your utility is. If you got a car note. So all this stuff factors in. The most important things that you pay for, groceries, what you pay for your utilities, how much your car note is. If your debt to ratio income saying that you can't afford the next house you're going into, they won't give you the money. But this is a loophole that is a federal thing. Write this down, Mrs. Kim, and anybody else watching. So there's a law called DTI declaration that I can call your lender right now, and I can let them know on your behalf. But I gotta show at least 2 payments. Now, this is what people do not teach other people. And I have got people out of a home because they told me that. They say, Calvin, well, wait a minute. That sounds pretty good, but my lender won't give me, let's just say you wanted to go out and you wanted to go, grab another home and you wanted to go, you wanted to, do it through the finance, right? My lender won't give me nothing else because I didn't surpass my debt to ratio income. And I say, well, put your lender on the phone and I'm gonna let your lender know about the DTI declaration. And that pretty much states that you're not the one who's taking care of your mortgage payment. I am. So that ratio income that they think you have, somebody else is paying on it for you. So now we take that debt to ratio income off of your name and we clear it up for you.
Wow, I didn't
So it's
know
called
about
a DTI declaration. You now have somebody else paying for what you would have paid for. So now they can't count that against you because somebody else is making the payments on your behalf, even though it's in your name.
If I had known that when I was buying my house in Aurora, Colorado, because my debt to ratio was like upside down because of my car payment, right? I could have had somebody do that for my car payment, and that would have took that responsibility off of me, right?
Exactly. It would have most definitely took it out. So, but watch this. There's a law. Most lenders do not know this. I mean, they should notice if they've been in the lending game for a while. There's called a DTI declaration, and that pretty much states that I at least took over 2 of your payments. It got to be at least 2 payments that you done stopped on your behalf, and I start making those payments for you. So that's pretty much saying somebody else is making these payments for me, even though it's in my name. I'm not responsible for that. So you cannot charge me for declarational income for something I'm not paying for. Somebody else is doing.
Wow,
I just
that's
did that for
good
somebody.
right
I just
there.
did that for somebody. Their declarational was down $1,900 because I showed the lender that they're not responsible for making their mortgage payment. They took 75% off of their declarational income, so that pretty much took off $1,575. So that cleared them up. So we're now they can go and go buy the next home because it showed and it proved. I mean, because you can't just say this. I have to prove that you stop making payments, and I'm the one making payments on your behalf.
Okay. Very, very informative. Those are jewels right there, guys. So I hope you're taking notes. I really do hope you're taking notes. This was amazing. I don't know about you all, but I got some information that I wish I had known when I was buying my house 3 years ago. For real, for real. It would have saved me so much time, so much money, so much energy. But you know what? It's okay. We got the information now.
Right.
So you guys have any questions? I know we're well over our time, but you know how we do. We always rolling with the vibration, with the vibe, with the spirit. So I'm super, super proud that we are here today. Does anybody have any questions in the audience, or was everybody too busy taking notes?
Please, and look, if you do ask me questions like, wow, how did you do that? Now you see, I started off by wholesaling. Wholesaling wasn't gonna work. It didn't make sense for you, and I couldn't be your buyer at wholesaling. Right? So if I can show you how to save up on your capital gains and I got other options, this is why it's important to have options. You don't want to go on the car lot, right? And they only got one car, and that's just the Prius, right? Now you only think you only just got to buy that one car. You want to go to a car lot, or you want to go to a shoe store where you have several different shoes, a purse store where you got several different purses, right? So my job as an investor is to give you as a seller information that can have you many different options. If I can show you how I can save you on capital gains and give you more money in your pocket, why wouldn't you want to sell me your home? Because the number one thing for all of this is more money. You want more money.
So the first step was wholesaling, and the second step was what?
A creative finance.
Creative financing. Okay, thank you.
And then I couldn't do seller finance because you don't own your home free and clear. When normally if you'd have owned your home free and clear, then I would have made you. I would have been buying from the bank of Miss Kim Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Because you own your home now. So now we would do the terms according to whatever you wanted to do. So if you'd have said, Calvin, I want $230,000 for my home with this much interest and this much down payment, I would have to do that. I mean, I wouldn't have to, but I would have probably would have negotiated. I would have been more, more lean to do that. Why? Because you own your home. So when you have a seller finance, right? Seller finance means that you own your home free and clear. So now the seller is financing. So now the seller is the bank. I treat you like the bank. But because you have a mortgage, what I like to do is only thing I could do is subject to. I now got to pay on your existing mortgage. I can't do a seller finance. The only reason why you would have did a seller finance with me is because you'd have been motivated because you own your home free and clear. But because you don't own your home free and clear at the moment, I have to go off of the terms and the rules of your mortgage company. But I can still pay you what you need to be paid for the length of the loan.
I have a quick question. So on the creative financing, say like you were going to come in and start paying my mortgage, right? But then you also said something about say like you sell the property and you sell it for the 220 that I was looking for. Who's gonna get that money, me or you? Because you remember we said we were gonna leave it in my name until
until the loan was paid in full, right? So
right.
good question. So basically, it'll still be the same thing. It just I'm in the middle. So basically, what we would do is this: how I would play that. I wouldn't sell it for 220. I know it got equity into it. I would sell it for about 230, 240, right? So you got to think now. If you still want 220, my job in being in the middle is I sell it for 230. So now when I got an end buyer who wants to buy it for 230, they now coming to the table with 230, right? I make my $10,000 and then they pay the rest of whatever they need to pay off. So instead of me doing it, somebody else doing it.
Oh snap.
So now they pay 230. I take $10,000 off of it. They take care of the closing costs and they also pay the mortgage, paid in full, and you now end up with the $78,000 that you really originally wanted in your pocket.
Can we do this for real? For real?
Yeah, for real, for real.
For real. This sounds like a gem, like a blessing. God just said an angel. Oh my.
We do it for real, Miss Kim. Even though we was doing the whole little skit, this is for real. Like this is exactly how I get deals, and this is what make people like you, sellers, say, "Man, look, God darn it, why you ain't been calling me?"
I know, right? Yep. So this is amazing. This is super, super amazing. I didn't even know there was such a thing, and I know I'm not the only one, you guys. So yeah, don't judge. But anyway, I want to thank you, Brother Calvin, for enlightening us once again about how it's uh
Just being creative, and it's just about, like I said, what do we always say every time we get on? We perish for the lack of knowledge. When you don't have the knowledge to know how to be creative, see, my whole thing is I don't care about the money per se. I'm going to be cool. My whole thing was seeing what was your motivation point, seeing what type of pain you had, understanding your worldview. What was you going to do with the money? What was you trying to do? You said, well, I took it off. I took it off of, off of for sale because I can't find another property right now. So my job is, okay, that's a pain point for you. You're not motivated because you got some pain. You don't know where else you're going to stay. So if I can find you another home and get you out of this property, why wouldn't you want to do that and get you more money? Come on, I win 10 times out of 10.
mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? And I'm teaching people how to be creative like this because these is ways that you can go and buy property, obtain property just by using your brain.
Amen. So it's now 7:18. For the sake of time, we're gonna go ahead and reset this thing. You guys go ahead and like, share, comment. Um, Definitely share for the people that you really, really care about. Definitely share for the people that need to hear this information, even if they're not ready to buy a home right now, even if they don't have a home to sell right now. You know, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is even more powerful.
Knowledge is authority.
Oh, love it. Say that again.
Knowledge is power. But when you apply the knowledge, now you got authority.
Love these gems. We're gonna keep it coming every week, y'all. It's only gonna get
you guys got it. You guys understand it. If you got to go back and re-listen to it, listen to me, y'all. This is the way I've been buying creative, structuring my deals and getting it. Like I said, without me having to use so much money because the tax is going to kill us no matter what. And then even if I do got to come out with that much money, do you know I got to do something? I got to buy probably 2-3 other more properties to try to defer that money I just used. So it's like money costs. So it's like you got to know how to count up the cost. So if I can do that to save all of ourselves some money, and all we got is time a little bit, and you still get what you want, and I get what I want, and the empire get what they want, why not? And I'm showing people how to go across that bridge with little headaches to no headaches.
Awesome. So what I want to give out for the freebie tonight, you guys, we are going to give our financial wealth guide that we have here with Nove. So if you guys would love a financial wealth guide, we are giving that. Calvin and I are giving that away free. It is a financial wealth guide, a 27-page wealth manual. It's going to teach you how to budget, teach you to go ahead and put in your goals and stuff like that. Your short-term and long-term goals, because before we can create a reality, we have to set a goal.
Come on.
We're going to help you with that. So you want to drop your email in the link. Drop your email in the link so we can go ahead and get that ebook out to you. That is our freebie for the week. Now, today you guys learned about creative financing with role playing, which is pretty cool. I learned a lot.
And an agent can't do that. An agent would not be able to do that for you guys. So I'm telling you right now, the difference between me and an agent is I can actually perform exactly what I'm saying. An agent doesn't have that liability to do it. Now, can you still work with an agent? Yeah, an agent will have you, list your home for way more than what you asked for. An agent will most definitely pretty much be able to tell you what you can or can't do for your house, what you shouldn't do to try to sell your home. They want you to sell your home, but they want you to sell your home so they can make the commission. Not saying agents is wrong, not at all. I use them a lot. You got to know how to use them. But at the same time, they can't do what I'm training you guys and teaching you guys I do.
Okay. Yep. And if you guys need any points, tricks, or if you're in the process of dealing with somebody, like I was in the process the other day, I had to give Calvin a call to do a 3-way for me. You can get in touch with Credit Cal at 719-941-8646. 719-941-8646. Shoot him a text, ask him some questions, and see what's going on.
Ask me questions, y'all, because there's the answer to every question, you guys. And like I said, I didn't just get into real estate so I could buy all the properties. I got into real estate so I could educate you guys and inform you guys how to get, because a lot of you guys is not about to go into your next home because you don't know how you're gonna be able to do it. And it don't take money for real. It don't take your money. Let me clear it up. It takes money, but not probably your money to actually go ahead and get in your next home. All it takes is for real is the brain and the willingness to go ahead and try it.
Oh, preach, my brother. Okay, Mrs. Dendy, I got you. I will be sending you your ebook here shortly. So congratulations to you. And everybody else on this platform. Once again, we do want to thank you guys for your time. Multi-millionaire Calvin Allen, do you have anything you want to say? I'm signing off. My name is Kimberly Connor with Kim's Credit Leverage, where I teach you how to leverage what you have and get what you want.
Neighborhood. Nope. Y'all be blessed. Stay blessed. If you need any one of us, please feel free to reach out to us for sure. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And most definitely, you already know the ground most definitely gonna be respected. I promise.
I promise, neighborhood.